as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dash of Dave here, and I am back for another crafty video. So today I'm going to do something with some bill envelopes. Well, they're not bills, they're mine. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cough, so when I make myself laugh, I make myself cough. So yeah, I'm going to do something. I have tons of these. I have, when I say tons, I mean probably we are going into tons. I've got stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of these because they all come from work. So I'm going to make something with one today. Kind of have a bit of an idea, but it's not a completed idea, so I don't have one finished. We're just going to make something, and whilst we're making, I'm going to talk about stuff because it has been 6 years since I started my YouTube channel. So 6 years, can you believe it? Shall I cut that? Doesn't matter if I cut it or not, because I think I'm going to cut it off. Yeah, so 6 years I've been doing this. And to celebrate the 6 years, we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going, I say we, I mean I'm going to do it and you're going to join in. Hopefully. I would like, let's see how I'm going to work this out. So I want the bottom, well it's going to, one of the sides is going to have to be resealed anyway, we'll do this. I would like you, if you are willing, to send me via email, so that's my Dash of Dave email address, which is linked in the description, and so it's dash_of_Dave@gmx.com, and I would like you to send me a picture of something I've inspired you to make. Now, when I say something I've inspired you to make, it doesn't have to be something you've made directly from a video. It could just be that you watched me make something and thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to make this because I feel like inspired. You know, sometimes when you get that blank page phobia and you just sat there and then you watch somebody do something and you make something completely different, but they inspired you to do it. So, I'd like you to, so this is how it's going to work, is you send me a picture or up to 3 pictures of your work. Those 3 pictures can be 3 different pictures or 3 pictures from different angles of something you've made. Who you are, obviously. I mean, like some people's are obvious. Their email addresses are their names. But if your email address doesn't correlate with your YouTube name, for instance, then it's difficult to know who you are and who you are from the comments and that sort of thing. So who you are, and your socials. So if you don't have a YouTube but you have an Instagram, then give me your Instagram tag. If you have a YouTube, give me a YouTube if you'd like me to share it. And then what I will do is I will create a video featuring your work, nothing to do with me, so it won't have my stuff and then your stuff. It will just be, I've made it, I've put it together, I've edited it, and I will showcase your work that I've inspired you to do. If you're willing, and by sending me the email, that says that you are willing for me to put that stuff out, and once I'll put the pictures of the stuff that you want, that you've showing me, with your tag, so whether it be on your socials, it could be Facebook or Instagram, or it could be that you put your YouTube on there. I'll put a little video together, I'll have some music over it, and I will showcase your work. That's what I'm going to do to celebrate 6 years. I am 6 years, I don't know, 700 odd videos that I've made. I have done a few shorts, not very many. I haven't really got into the shorts thing. Maybe I should. It's a bit like in life, I'm not really into wearing shorts. I'm not really into creating shorts either. But you know, I'm trying my best, so you know, that might change up. And I've got what I think I'm on 2,000 and something subscribers. Let me just tell you what that is. Just bear with me. 2,677 subscribers. So, yeah. So, obviously you can't put pictures in the comments, so there's no point putting that there. But if you don't want to participate in that and you just want to say something nice, I might include some comments in the video. Obviously, if you're telling me like horrible things about me, I'm not going to be putting those in. So, but that's what I intend to do. So, it's going to run for, I don't know, we'll do it for maybe a week of videos. This video is scheduled to go out on, just bear with me and I will tell you, it's scheduled to go out on Friday the 2nd of May, and we'll give it, so it's Friday, we'll close it off on the video for Friday when's the next one? Friday the 9th of May. So any comments, and you'll have up to the Sunday following, which will be Sunday the 11th of May, to have sent me anything via email. How do you feel about that? So I'll put that description in the... No, I'll put that information in the description and we'll go from there. So, just something a bit different. It's not a landmark on number of videos. It's a landmark of 6 years of commitment to this. Although I probably should have been committed 6 years ago. And we'll do something from there. So, yeah, let's get on with this. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. Well, more of the all day than we already all day are. So, I want to keep some of this blue, but it's a bit new. So, we're going to have to dull it down a bit. So, I'm just going to get some ink and make it... I might use some... Oh, I don't know. See, going out of comfort zone, Dave. Let's use some brushed corduroy. I was going to use some rusty pumice. Rusty pumice? No, pumice stone. The same thing. Actually, I think I'm going to cut that top bit off, but never mind. So yes, I'm going to put a little thing around this window, so I'm not worried about the fact that this isn't going to ink over the plastic stuff. But yeah, I wanted to do something a bit different for my 6 years on YouTube, and I hope it kind of tickles your fancy. So it doesn't have to be don't think about, oh no, it's not perfect. And remember, I'm not the king of perfection. I am the king of making stuff and just accepting things as they are. That's why I keep all of my mistakes in my videos. Not all of them. Sometimes they get cut out, not because they're mistakes, but because the flow of the video didn't go right or whatever. So yeah, so send me those things that you've made. It's also a great way for me to be able to see what you've made. So send me up to 3 pictures. You know, if you can send a video and you want to send a video, then do so. But remember, the compression on a video via email can sometimes affect the quality. In order to be able to send it, it might have got compressed so much, but by the time you're watching it on a big screen, it might not look great. But you know, I'll always have a conversation with you. I will acknowledge everybody's email. It obviously depends on if I get 3 people emailing me, then you know it's not going to take me long to acknowledge. If I get 3,003 people emailing me, then it might take a little bit of time just to come back to you. and acknowledge the receipt of your stuff. But yeah, so I will do the back as well. So I'm going to do it a bit of both colours like I did on the front. And yeah, I think we're going to do some over the course of the next 4 weeks, because that's really when I started making stuff for my channel. So it's kind of it'll be like a month of celebrations. We will maybe do some other different things as well. So might have a bit of a draw or something like that. But I haven't decided those things. I knew what I wanted to do for my 6 years, and that's what I'm doing. So, so it's a great opportunity to get, because if you've got a small channel, then it might be a great opportunity for you to put some of your makes on my channel and get them seen. If you don't have a channel and you just have an Instagram, it's a great way to do some cross-pollination of mediums. Although I'm not a medium, I'm an extra large. But and if you don't have any kind of socials, then it might just be some way to show your brilliant work. Now, I know some of you are exceptionally brilliant at the things that you do. I have seen your work. You've sent me things before, and you should definitely be sending me them again for this. Now, if you sent me something previously, it's not going to be included because it wasn't part of this, and I do need to make sure that you know that I will use your video your picture in a video to showcase the work. So just want you to be very clear that it needs to be not something you've previously sent, but something you sent this time round. Now, I will make sure that your work you are given the credit for your work, and I will then speak to you and let you know when that video is going to go live. So that's the other thing. I will reply to you saying that video will be such and such. Now, if I do get 3,000 people messaging me, maybe one video might not be enough. I might need to do a couple of videos, because nobody's going to want to watch 73 days of video. But we'll see. We'll cross, like I say, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So I'm going to put some of this colour into this one, because I've got it in the back as well. I like the look of this when you do this, because it does look like it's been around a while then. And obviously I know that you don't get it round this bit because of the glue holding the window down, but we're going to stick something round that anyway to make it look extra special, kind of frame it really. In fact, we could probably use one of the other ones, some of the blue, maybe not the same, or it might be even black, to sit around it. So for instance, this one inside, this one is kind of black, so that's a blue one. That's a blue one of a different style. So it's just the security stuff inside that changes. They are all exactly the same. That one doesn't seem to appear to have any inside it. Well, certainly not through the window. There might be some. Oh, how do you get it open? Oh no, there is. Oh, it's the same. So that's the only one that's different of the pile that I've got. I've got some brown ones here. Do these have anything inside them? No. Nope. So we might use the black as a frame. So let's open this up. It's a long time since I've made an envelope pocket, but just because it's been a while doesn't mean to say we can't do it. Now, do I want to? No, because peeling it off is going to peel it off anyway, isn't it? So which side shall I use? We'll use that side Or shall we? No, we'll use this side. And that way then the window can be used as a pocket for something. Again, right. So I'm going to... What am I going to do, Dave? I was going to go like that and draw through the window, but I can't because it's got plastic in it, Dave. We've established that bit. Okay, so we're going to do... We know it needs to be. Let's get a pencil. Let's get a pencil with an end on it, at least. So I need to... So from there to about there. And then if we go this way, and we know then it needs to be from there to about there. So if I tear this down, if I tear that side off, I'm not going to see those marks. Let's tear this side off first. We're going to should we tear it on a tear ruler? I'll tear it on my tear ruler. My tear ruler, get off, it's mine. No, I don't mean it as in possessively. It's my tear ruler, as in, I mean it's, I created it. That is what I mean. That is what I mean. So, just like chipped some bits off the end of a ruler, really. So, and then this side, so put that on there. Let's put that. So that sits on a line. About there. Doesn't matter if it's not straight. So I've been doing some research. I've just torn that off. I did say what did I say to myself? If you tear that off, Dave, you won't know how big it needs to be. So let's do that again. So we'll do it from there. Oh no, Dave, don't move that. From there to about there. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh, goodness only knows what I was saying. Let's do that on there. Yeah, no idea. Expect me to remember what I was talking about? Huh, no, please don't. Oh, no, but it's fine. We'll just use that bit there. We'll get that bit on there. Oh, you know why that did that? Because that is a separate piece. Let's stick that on there then. And then we'll have to tear the middle out. So let's stick this on. I might colour it first before I tear the middle bit out. Hopefully you can understand what I'm doing. Where's that go? There. There? Oh, it's going there now. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so the window itself, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, I had to sneeze, and I have to sneeze with my mouth open because of my tooth. So it makes it extremely noisy. I don't know how I managed to get paper in my mouth as I sneezed, but I did. So, oh no, I can't tear it like that, can I? I'm going to have to tear it. Let's make... Right, let's do it the other side. So we need it to be... there. No, we want it to come further in there. And there. Put that one out. And then there and there. And then we'll do it that way. We'll go there there. So we join those lines up. I won't tear it out yet because I did say I wasn't going to, because I want to ink it first. Join those up, and then we have to tear out the middle bit. So I am on annual leave this week. It's not straight, but what is. So yeah, I'm on annual leave this week, so I'm hoping to get some planning work done. Or do I want to use this? Maybe go for something that emphasises the black. So maybe this is the time to use the not rusty stone. What's it called? Pumice stone. You know what I meant. Hopefully. Does it have any colour to it? Or is it just very light? I think it's... Is it very light, or is it just not any colour to it? Maybe I need soot. Black suit. Soot. Black suit? No, don't wear a black suit, Dave. Not to do crafting. Use much more pumice stone and see if we can get it to colour. Does it have a colour? Let's try it. Oh, it does. It does have some colour. Oh, it is a bit grey-y looking. I don't know what wasn't going on with that. Yeah, it definitely looks nicer with this than it did with the trying to put it on that. I couldn't tell it was on with that. Maybe just a bit of an edge on it as well. Maybe it's just a very soft colour when you put it on. I don't really use it very often because it's more grey. It's on the grey spectrum, and I like my browns. Strange. I have a lot of grey in the house, but not in my work. I just think it looks more old. Maybe that's why I like it. More aged than grey does. Things don't tend to go grey, they tend to go brown, don't they? Especially paper. Anyway, Dave, I think you're over-processing now, aren't you? Just slightly. So, yeah, I'm going to have this little frame, but we're going to do something else before we put the frame on. So, yeah, I hope everybody's doing okay. You're enjoying your week. It's... well, enjoyed your week. It's Friday for you guys. It's Sunday for me. I'm filming this on Sunday the 27th. So, you're in the future. I'm not. Well, I will be by then, but I'm currently not in the future. So, I'm going to use that, and that's going to go around there. Oh, I like that indeedly doodly. Right, I do want to put that same colour edge around the inside, if I can do that. Oh, I really need to buy some ink daubers. I did say I was going to buy myself some ink daubers, and I just haven't got around to it yet. But oh, I like these. I've really gone off the ones with the wooden handles. I don't find I get as much control, and I like the fact that you've got multiple different directions, and I like the point on it, so you can get into little nooks and crannies and go around the holes when you do a hole punch. So, and I know that I said I wasn't going to spend a lot this year, but I am allowed to spend on things where I'm replacing them. And for some reason, I've either lost a whole load of them, or they've disintegrated as I've used them, and I know that I've thrown them away, but like that's so deep in my memory I don't actually know. Yeah, so that's going to go around there. So what I'm planning is this is going to go around the back and have that. We're going to put something in the background. so that when we put something in the pocket it looks good. I think we're going to make this shorter. In fact, I know we're going to make this shorter, so I think I might just tear that off now. So I'm going to tear this down. Take that out of the way for a minute. Give it a fighting chance of being fairly accurate, not too wonky. About to there, I think. And then I think I'm also going to just fold it down a bit as well. Have it a little bit rough at the top, and then ink this bit so you can't, this isn't too white. I'm going to stick something behind the window, so I'm not worried about that bit. Let's put, no, take the lid off, Dave. Make that a bit darker across the top. Maybe I might use some of that grey at the pumice to kind of tie it all in a bit. Like maybe just on the very tips. In fact, I might just do it with that. And then do the same on here, so let's just open that up. Bit of this on it. I've got a bit of a line there, but I don't mind it, you know. No, that's not what I was trying to do, Dave. That's what I wanted to do. That's that way. I think I'll glue that bit down, that edge, so that it stays the way I'd like it to. Not completely flat, I like it to have some kind of dimension to it, but just to stop it curling back up again. Glue it down, glue that back on itself there, but glue that bit down underneath. Just going to go back like that. So maybe just catch the edges here because you might see them. Pitney Bowes, that's who makes that. Who made that? Well, not made. They didn't make the envelope. They're the company we got it from. Pitney Bowes. They charge us for our franking machine. So that's going to go there. I like that now. That kind of ties in with that, doesn't it? Really. So we want a nice something at the background. Now, do I want to go text? Shall I do text? I mean, I've got this. Is that the kind of text I want? Or do I want book page text? I've got book page text. I don't know which way to go. Maybe that. Maybe that. Let's do that. Right. Let's just cut a piece off. We just need one block of the text. We need to make sure that's going to sit behind. In fact, I'm going to take that bit off the bottom. Put that on like that. Will that be fine? It will. So I'm just going to put a bit of this around the top edge. just curl it back and do the other. Put a line around it. And then just wiggle it just a little bit. Enough. Hopefully. Do I have a card? I do. Do I have a card? I do. Is that the right world? Is it? Yes. Is it? Yeah. I don't know why I had to close it to make sure it was the right world. Who knows? So, it's going to close like that. We're going to have that there. I'm going to have that in the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover that with. Now, what I did was, I shall show you. I took some of these flowers. I also took some flowers from the from this. So there's one here and there's one here where I've torn it away. I took some flowers and I got some tape. Now this is some extra wide parcel tape because then I thought that would fit in that gap. And then I spent 3 days trying to find the end. There, I think, is the end. Is it that way around? Now I know I should have folded it over at the end so that I could find it again, but you know, that requires some forethought. And as we know, we do not have any of that. So all I did was then I took this, I stuck that onto my little flower, and then I just tore it out. And I did it for a few, and then what I did was I dipped it in some water. So here's some I prepared earlier, so that's going to go in there, and we're just going to put that at the bottom. And I'm going to pick one of these out, but we're going to put it on some thing, put it on this, and we're going to pick something. Now do I want the green? Here's some just text that I've done. This is from a pattern, you know, a sewing pattern. This is that piece from this side. This was on there, or the other way up, but it was on there. So that's one piece. That's the piece from the other side. Don't know which piece to have. Oh, quite like that piece. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. So then this should be wet enough now. I should be able to just tear away some of it. I can. So some of it's already off. Might pop that back in the water for a little wet. And then I should be able to rub the back of this off whilst leaving the picture stuck to the sellotape, so, or the sticky tape, or the scotch tape, or the whatever you want to call it tape, the tapey tape. Now some of it is rubbing off, unfortunately. Don't rub too hard, it should rub just the paper off, and if it doesn't, what have you lost? You don't want it to be a perfect image either, otherwise you might as well just use a sticker. Which way around is it? It's that way around. So I think I might pop that on there. Let's see if I can do one that maybe comes out a bit better. Let's see what this. Oh, no, it's got some other stuff stuck to it. I mean, you could layer it. It does tend to work better with book page because it's a. So that's been. The way that was printed, that was using an inkjet, and inkjet, whilst they're great at printing colours and things, it only sits on the surface of the paper, whereas the other, like when you buy a book, the printing process means the ink kind of soaks in a bit, so you've got less chance of rubbing it all off. But if you're gentle, you can do like that. And if you want that kind of a, I mean, I don't mind the image being, you know, blocky, bits missing, because that makes it look, just makes it look older. It's just that it doesn't have a lot at the top. It's got a lot. This one's got a lot at the bottom, and not a lot at the top. So once you've kind of rubbed off, you might want to put it in back in for a rinse. Now I have done this before, and I've done it with book text. And you've probably seen me do this before. And if you haven't, then where were you? Why weren't you watching that video? Now you will get, it won't go completely clear. You will get it kind of a bit patchy. You will also get this horrible goop. If you make paper, or you know, you do paper mache, you can pop it in there with that. Pop that in there with your paper mache pulp, or your paper making pulp. I haven't got any paper mache on the go at the moment, so. And then you just want to try and hold on to it. Get rid of something on here is very slimy, and it keeps making. I think there's some glue on it. That's what's making it slippy. And once you've got a lot of it off, like I say, you don't have to get it all off, and I don't want to get it all off. I'm going to pop that on there. I'm just going to give it a bit of a dry. I'll dry that one as well. Get rid of that. And we can pop that on there. Should fit. It does. And we'll just have a look and see what that's going to look like. Put the frame around it. Now, like I say, I could have more. I could have some. Thing is, the more layers you put, you don't want to put too many layers on, because it will go opaque, and then you won't be able to see what you put inside. Let's see if we can just make a quick card to shove in. And when you shove that in, you should be able to see that you can see the thing. Now, do I want that extra layer? Is it adding anything? Not really. So let's get rid of that then. I think we'll keep that one though. And then I'm just going to snip it off at the bottom and at the top, so it doesn't stick out at the top of the frame. And it, like I say, it's not going to stick. I mean, it'll have some stickiness to it. It's not going to be completely tacky though. So then what you want to do is you want to stick it down with some glue. Here's this piece of book page. Now I chose not to use text, because it would have just lost itself on the. I'm kind of just going to do around the edge, because that's really where I want it to stick, is around the edge. Yeah, I didn't use text because I've already used text in the background, but you could use text, you could do whatever you like, so it just, the text would almost make like you feel like you got double vision. And the reason I haven't put loads of glue all over it is because I don't want like patchy glue bits in the background. I'm going to put that down like that. Okay, so I could have put it inside. Okay, I've put it on the outside, but I've decided I wanted it. So the problem with putting it on the inside is because it is slightly tacky, it will stick to this bit. So, and then we're going to pop that on there. Okay. Shall we put that on now? Yes, let's do that, Dave. There is no reason not to. Oh. Try and get the glue to come out. Just wiggly following the edge, not worrying too much. And then the inner edge the same. Just a wiggly line. Don't want to get too close to the edge, otherwise it'll just squidge out. Pull that way up. Put that over. Was it that way up? It was. Pop that on there. I'll just squash that down a bit. Perfect. Oh, I'd really love that, you know. And we could do with making a card to go inside. Right, what do we want to do with the outside, Dave? Do we want to have a fold over? Do we want to fold it? So what I was thinking is, do we fold some of this over this edge? Do we want to use some more to make it fold over the edge? So we have like a fake fold over. Let's make a fake fold over. So I'm going to rip this down. And will I be able to rip that without it sliding from out from underneath? Apply the pressure. Yep, cool, brilliant. Look, sorted. Okay, and then, although we've gone brown on it, I'm going to go some of this over it so it kind of picks up a bit of the two. Put that on the edge. Like that. Do the same on that one. Bit of it over the edge, over the surface of it. On the edges. So, how many of you have been here for the full 6 years? I know a lot of you have. I know who you are. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick that in the middle, and I know that it's open at this very bottom and it's open at this very top, but you know what? I don't mind. I think it kind of has an effect. I don't know what kind of effect it is, but it has an effect. So we're just going to use this to kind of seal the sides up. So some on the back and some on the front. Yeah, how many of you have seen my terrible first videos? You know something? I'll leave them up because I know lots of creators have deleted their first videos because everybody creates their first videos and then thinks this is terrible. And you evolve as a creator anyway. You get better and better and better at it, and you know it's like any kind of job. You get better and better, and well, any kind of task that you undertake, you just get better at it, don't you? Practice makes perfect. But it's cringe watching some of them. But at the end of the day, that's where I came from. So, and then going on doing the TV work that I did, that definitely helped me evolve as a crafter. Oh, I've forgotten that this bit is a bit longer because it's torn down, isn't it, on that end? So what we'll do is we'll just take that off and just ink it a little bit. There we go. And fold that over. Yeah, because it's torn lower down on this side. That's why. And then really we should make a card to go inside. I love that. I absolutely blooming love that. So you will be able to see the thing inside. So maybe it's because I'm a Londoner. No, Dave, every time, just stop it. People don't get what you're talking about. Oh, that's stuck to everything. Get rid of those bits and that. Okay, so it's a song. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London so. Yeah, but it's that, and it means nothing unless you're a Londoner, and I'm not. So right, let's make a card to go inside. Might make it out of some scrappy paper. Oh look, I've got this, haven't I? I mean, it kind of goes, although we don't want it to be too green inside because it'll just get, yeah, it just competes with that. So that's not really wide enough. That's more of the same. Let's see what else we got. We don't want it too busy, is what we don't want. We don't want it to be too busy. But it'd be nice if it was kind of a bit green, maybe. I've got some. Seems to have gone down the green highway. Not a term. Just it is now though, but it's gone down. Oh, there's that. Oh, do you know something? So that's one of my nice backdrops that I have. You know, when I make some inky things, maybe this is what I make it out of. So a card out of this. Do you know what? I'm going to do it. Will it tear? There is one way to find out. How do you find out if it's going to tear? By tearing it. So, it's cardboard, so it doesn't tear very easily. Blimey, nearly broke my thumb then. It does tear, but you have to have a very good core strength, which I'd love to say I've got, but I haven't. Mine was more fluke. So I might not have core strength. I've got a lot of core. He's got no strength. Core, blimey, he's got no strength. Him. So there. And then you put that in the water. Then that would have been a mistake. See if I can do this. Is that straight to the bottom? Yeah, it was kind of straight to the bottom. Wet. Oh, blimey, I can't remember where it was now. Where was it? That line. That line there. Oh, is it easier with a bit more to grab hold of? So let's pop that in there and see how that's going to look. No, Dave. Yeah, I like that. So get rid of the bit at the bottom. Do we want that bit, or do we want the more orangey bit? I think I prefer the orangey bit. So let's lose the white line at the bottom. White lines. Stop singing, Dave. So there, and that's going to come up to about there. Pop it on. Get to about there, I think. Can't remember what I said. There. Oh, if it's a bit longer, it's not a problem, is it? I'd want it to be kind of taggy sticking out. Maybe go taggy. Have it sticking out to about there. There we go. So it's going to be a bit bigger, kind of tag shaped. So I'll tag it off at the top. He says if you've got any strength to do it with. Pop that on there. Pop that on there. Had just a moment, just bear with me. It's alright. I know. I just had to check that it was recording, because I had a moment then where I was thinking, please don't say I'm just sat here talking to myself. Well, I usually am, but you know, I wanted to be making some content. I don't mind crafting to myself, but like when you know that you're making content, you want to be have the filming going. So it's all right. It is. It's filming. So well, you can hear me, can't you? So, but I've done that before. Sat here just talk to myself. Happens more than I care to mention. So I'm gonna just do a bit of coming in on this. I wondered what the feel. It's because it's chalky. Well, it's because it's what is it? What's the other one? Not stain. Oxide. It's oxide. It's distress oxide, and not a fan. The texture I'm not a fan of. Oh yeah, definitely knocks back that. Might not be able to see it very well, but it does knock back that whiteness of the card. Put a bit of other colours on it as well. Might go with a nice grey edge. I know it's weird to have a kind of a torn tag on all of the edges, but you know, I don't mind. I like it. I like to do something a bit different every now and again. Cool. Okay. Maybe put some of this on the back, because the back isn't. Oh no, it's going to be torn, isn't it? I'm torn now. Got a torn edge, hasn't it? So I should put that on before I tore it. We'll just soften this down with something. Just a bit of something. In fact, actually, let's do this. It kind of goes with that then, doesn't it? And then fill in the blank spaces with a bit of other colour. Use some of this. Nice instant pattern on the back. I like that. I like the pumice stone actually. With the I don't like I say, I've not used much of it before, so I actually like the mix. Not so much on its own, but I like the mix of it with other colours, I think. And then we finish the tag nicely with something on the back. That's a bit white there. Cool. Fabulous, fabulous. Right, so should we have something on here? I think we should. Maybe this is where we go for a bit of text, maybe down the side. Maybe some of this text. Look, already down the side. So we'll go with tear it off at the top, and then tear it with a non-straight line. That kind of down there, and then we'll tear it off on that side, I guess. Or do I just tear it now? Just tear it now, Dave. Bit of colour. Again, we'll use some pumice stone on the edge. Just eat a roast dinner. I don't have a roast dinner to eat, but I could just eat a roast dinner. No, that's not what I wanted to do, Dave. Where's my little... Oh, heck. Where is it? Every time, Dave. Every flaming time. You must have knocked it on the floor. No idea where it is. Wonderful. Dauber the Great. No, don't know where you are. Oh, there you are. Rubbish. It needs an elastic band on this, so it never goes anywhere. It's not really the feature of this, so let's just give it a bit of interest. The tag in the background. Yeah, put that on there. You're not gonna, I don't think you're going to see it through the window, so. Yeah, there's a lot on there. I don't think you're going to see it, so no, the window is there. What shall I put? Shall I put something in the background? Oh, no, because I like that through the window. I'll just do something else like this. Is it a bit framey if I do it like that? Don't care. Just do it, Dave. It's yours. You can do what you like. And if people think it's a bit framey, then let them think it. It's fine. By framey as in, is it framing it too much? But you know, we don't mind, do we? You'll let me do anything. It's my channel. It's my channel, so in theory I'm allowed to do what I like, but you know, in practice I try and think of you guys when I'm doing stuff, so I don't want to make that too weak, but I also don't want it to be too staged. Which way around is it? It's that way. Yeah, I'll stick that on there. Can't believe that that's still holding together by 3 fibres. We could do with probably a word or something, maybe on the outside. Genuine fell out as I was. Maybe that is what it needs. Genuine. Do you know something? I'm a great believer of things are meant to be. How about be true to you as well? I like the combination of the two different type faces. Be true to you. So now, do I want to put it over there? No, I'm going to put it there. Should I put it there or should I put it there? So the problem is it covers up that nice torn bit. No, I definitely like that there. No, we're going to go there. Well, like just off centre. Yeah, I'm going to peel this apart because it's too thick. Perfect. Don't want it to go too thin either, so peel that there and see how it looks. And same with that one. Okay, so this one I'm going to do in this kind of a grey finish. That one like that. Just smooth it out a bit. Because it's going to rub off anyway, so be true to you. Let's do that. I wanted it up here, didn't I? And then this one a bit more brown, maybe brown across the front and grey. There it is. On the edge. Have that on there. Yep. Now, I thought about maybe putting a flower on the outside of here, but I don't know whether I want it. I contemplated something down there, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't want to put too much on there. In fact, do you know what? I think I'm going to leave it for now, because I don't know what I want to put on it, so... That's going to go in there. I'll have a look at a flower, but oh, hang on, what's that? Oh, hang on, what's that? I think maybe I'm going to put this on. In fact, I'm going to cut it as though that is a separate thing. Cut that off. And then cut this. Cut round this. I might cut that. Actually, I'm going to cut that off there and then turn that into a shorter stem. Sorry, a shorter leaf. Just reshape it really. Like that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut. Blimey, fussy cutting. How much? You rarely see me fussy cut, and now you're probably sick to death of watching me fussy cut, so...
Dash of Dave with paper dreams, crafting worlds, or so it seems. Jump to joy with every page. Watch him set the stage. Buttons, ribbons, vintage lace. He brings smiles to every face. Lost in layer stories told. In his hands they're worth pure gold. Colors clash but they both blend so neat. Washi tape makes it all complete. Step by step, he's in the zone. With every piece, his art has grown. Endless ideas in every hall. A new adventure, big or small. From broken bits to beauty rare. Dash of Dave, he's always there.
Cool, there we go. Yeah, so I'm going to have this on here, and I think it tones in nicely. It picks up that colour. I have that on there. Yep, I like that. That is That is it. That's what I needed. Isn't it nice when something just comes together? You know, that's why I don't worry about where I'm going with something. I just start something and I'm happy to let it lead me, because that's the way. It's a bit like when you go for a walk. If you plan where you're going to go, you know what you're going to say. But if you just let yourself wander, as long as you can find your own way back, that is the best, because you'll see things you didn't know were there because you've never been there before. So it's a metaphor. Right, get rid of that bit because that's a bit loose something. Pop that on there. We want it not cover up the B bit, but stick those bits down. I love that. That really goes with that nicely. And then we're just going to cut that off at the end. Make sure it's stuck down at the end so it doesn't peel up and on those bits. And there we go. So, made a nice little envelope with that I'm really chuffed with. So it's well, it's not an envelope. We made a little pocket out of an envelope. So really, really, really love that. Way. I mean, wow. Way. Don't know. Don't ask me. I hope you think that looks fab too. Yeah. And anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you're spending some time with me whilst I stab myself. Don't forget, 6 years. So, to celebrate 6 years, put your send me an email to dashofdave@gmx.com. The link is in the description. So my what's it called? Email address is in the video description. In there, I'll put the details in the description as well. But it's send me up to 3 photographs of work you're willing for me to be able to put out on a video. Your name, so the name you actually are, and also your socials name. If that's different to, so if you're on Instagram and it's different to the way that you comment when you comment on my videos, just pop that in as well. I will, and tell me which you want me to show. Do you want me to put your name? Do you want me to put your link to your socials? Do you want me to put your YouTube handle on? If you have a YouTube channel, I will link your channel. If you have Instagram, I'll link your Instagram. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Basically, I am your puppet. No, I'm not, but you know, in this circumstance, maybe. I will put a video together, and it'll have your details and showcase your work, and we'll have everybody that wants to have work sharing put out there. I'll link you in the description of that video, and I'll tell you when that video is going to go up. So it's open, so we're keeping this open until Sunday the 11th of May. So send me over your details in an email. I don't mind if you send me an email initially saying, oh, I'd love to be part of it, but I'm just making something this week. Can I send you a video later in the week? That's fine, as long as you've made initial contact with me by the 11th of Sunday the 11th of May, and I will then include you in the video. If there's too many people for one video, I will make more than one video, but it's a little way for me to say thank you to you guys for the 6 years, and I'll be doing some other stuff. Don't know, haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. I do know that I'm probably going to be making my 6 favourite makes. So the things that I personally have really enjoyed making, I'm going to remake those, and we'll see what happens from there on. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to give this a like. Don't forget to share it if you think somebody else could do with their work showcasing, then I don't mind you sharing it. They watch something I've made recently, even if they've never subscribed before, as long as they're subscribed and they've sent me an initial contact by the 11th of May, I don't mind that they've only just recently subscribed. It's not about when, it's about the fact that you've seen something you like. Sorry, that is another clause, that you do need to have been subscribed as well, and we will showcase your work. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and here's to the next 6 years. All right then, folks, take care. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of love, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye. Bye.